What's up, Kansas City? Big Mike here, and today we're doing a deep dive into Kansas City Northland neighborhoods that are seriously lagging in property value growth. And I know, everyone online wants to hype up the hot spots, but not a lot of folks want to shine a light on where you might lose money, or at least not see the return on investment that you're banking on. We're about to get absolutely deep. We're talking actual appreciation numbers, real examples you can Google right now on Zillow, Redfin, you name it, and we'll cap it off with some big wins in the Northland that you should be paying attention to. Buckle up because I'm about to dish out a ton of real intel on our market, so absolutely let's go. If you're wondering who the heck am I, I'm Big Mike. I'm a local Kansas City real estate agent, and you can find me on Google, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me everywhere. And if you are seriously in the market for the Kansas City Northland specific, I'm your local expert. Feel free to reach out to me night or day. I'd love to have a conversation with just you and your family. So without further ado, let's dive on in. Now, if you're anything like me, you're an absolute hustler. You want to ensure your property is either building equity or setting you up for a future cash out. Appreciation is a huge piece of that puzzle. Over the last 2 years, the Northland has averaged about 5 to 6% in property value gains. Some areas more, some areas especially less. And that's what we're going to be focusing on, the absolute extremes. So no conspiracy here. These numbers come from Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, you name it, and the Kansas City Regional Association of Realtors. Public data anyone can see. If you're a data nerd like me, you can double check everything that I'm about to tell you. I want you to have facts, not the bluff. So first on this list, let's just dive into the underperforming neighborhoods where growth is seriously lagging. So first stop is Claycomo. The last 2-year appreciation's only been 2 to 3% total, not annual. So Claycomo's got an older housing stock and minimal new development in immediate vicinity. Without that fresh energy like updated shopping centers, new roads, or fresh subdivisions, values tend to move a lot slower. And if you're specifically drawn to Claycomo, maybe you're getting a super competitive price on a property, but if you're expecting a big equity jump in a year or two, you might be left disappointed. If you already own here and want to sell, your best bet is to go all in on cosmetic fixes. Kitchen, master bath, curb appeal, whatever gets eyes on your listing in the otherwise stagnating mini area that we call Claycomo. Next on this list is Avondale. So the last 2-year appreciation's only been about 2.5 to 3%. Now, according to local talk and publicly available city planning docs, there's not a ton of revitalization funds going into Avondale right now. When you compare that to major projects happening in other parts of the Northland, it's no contest. Now, this place used to be a sweet spot for starter homes, but the problem is, if the area isn't itself seeing that fresh injection, like new shops, infrastructure improvements, resale values can plateau. So jump on Zillow, you'll see homes that were listed around $140,000 in 2021 might only be about $144, $145 today. That's a measly bump spread out over 2 years, less than many other Northland locals. Next on this list that is just not doing as well is Randolph. So the last 2-year appreciation has been only 3%. And Randolph is a pretty small city, and historically, it's been overshadowed by other municipalities that attract more commercial or residential building. With no big anchor stores or community projects pulling new buyers in, housing demand stays soft. So if you're the type of buyer who's looking for a quiet neighborhood and you're not worried about immediate ROI, maybe you can still find your deal here. But from a pure investment standpoint, you're probably not hitting a home run out of the park. So long term, if the city invests in better infrastructure or if a major employer moves in next door, things could change, but right now, it's just not the place to pick your money for quick appreciation. Now, why do all these numbers matter? Now, let's just pause for a second. We're seeing 2 to 3% growth over 2 years in these areas, while other neighborhoods just a few miles away are seeing 5 to 8% or more. Now, let's put this into real context. If you bought a house for $200,000 in an area that's growing at 2%, your property might be worth $204,000 after 2 years. Meanwhile, your buddy who scooped up a $200,000 place in a more active neighborhood could be looking at $210,000, $215,000. Now, that difference adds up significantly, especially when you're talking about a 30-year mortgage, equity line of credit, or potential flips. I'm giving you this intel because you deserve to know where your money works hardest for you. Now, what kind of list would this be if I only provided problems? I also provide the solutions, and we're going to speak about the most high appreciation areas where value just keeps climbing. Now let's flip the script. Where in the Kansas City Northland, we're seeing strong, consistent appreciation, numbers that will make your investment so appealing. Parkville, Missouri. The 2-year appreciation Some pockets actually hit 6 to 8% total. Now, what's driving this? Parkville is a vibrant community. Lots of local events, new restaurants, shops keeps just cropping up. Not to mention good school ratings and that small town vibe that's close to major highways. So if you want that premium feel, someone that's known for scenic beauty and a little bit of the exclusivity, Parkville is absolutely your jam. And guess what? That vibe holds property values well. So look at homes around 380,000 in late 2021. These days, you're going to see those same listings in the same subdivision pushing 415, 420K. That's a solid lift that outperforms the Northland areas by miles. Next on this list is Liberty and the Shoal Creek area. So the 2-year appreciation has been 5 to 7% total, depending on the subdivision. Now, why is it hot? Shoal Creek Valley is absolutely exploding with new homes, new businesses, and a killer recreational spots. Liberty is well established with a great downtown vibe, so it's a bit of the best of both worlds, a friendly burb that's not so far from city action. And I've been telling my clients for a while, if you see something in Shoal Creek Valley, jump on it. Because that's not just about the existing shops, it's also about the future expansions that the city is planning. So if you are investing, keep an eye out for up-and-coming subdivisions off the main Shoal Creek corridor. Sometimes you can get in before the next wave of growth and ride the appreciation wave. Last on this list for the appreciation is the Briarcliff and Riverside areas. So the last 2 years of appreciation have been anywhere from 5 to 8% total. And why does it shine, you may ask? If you want quick access to downtown KC or you work for the nightlife scene, Briarcliff and Riverside are nearly unbeatable. Plus, the areas have been well maintained for years, good roads, nice landscaping, and an established sense of community. The proximity factor can't be underestimated. People are busy, they don't want 40-minute commutes. Being close to highways and city amenities keep buyer demand up, and that pushes property values higher over time. Now, homes that were going for $350,000 a couple years ago are now inching up to $370,000 to $380,000. Maybe more if the house has been tastefully renovated. That's the difference between an area that's simply aging versus an area that's absolutely evolving. Now let's put it all together. If you need a budget-friendly option or you got sentimental ties, Claycomo, Avondale, or Randolph might be what works for you. Just understand your appreciation might be overwhelming. But if you're an investor, a first-time home buyer, or even a move-up buyer who wants to maximize their equity growth, you're looking at places like Parkville, Shoal Creek Valley, Liberty, Briarcliff, Riverside. These are the zones that are pulling the average Northland appreciation up and making owners a lot of money. Now, none of this would make sense if you just trusted some random guy on the internet. So do your own research. Pop open Zillow or Redfin, type in these neighborhood names, compare the 2-year sales history. You can see it in plain black and white. Don't trust your cousin's best friend's rumor. Look at real numbers. Follow development. Stay tuned in to local city council meetings or planning commission announcements. Big retailers, parks, or new roads usually translate into better property values. And then ask a pro. Contact me. I'm obsessed with data. I'll hook you up with the latest monthly stats, show you which corners of Shoal Creek are absolutely about to blow up, or which subdivision in Parkville you can still buy before prices spike even more. Look, I want you to win in the real estate game. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, a seasoned investor, you're selling your long-time family home, knowledge is absolutely powerful, and the numbers do not lie. Don't waste time in a neighborhood that's stagnating if you need that quick equity. Go where the growth is. If this is a breakdown, help you at all, do me a favor. Hit like, drop me a comment about your experiences with these neighborhoods. Let's share the wealth of information, help each other level up. I'm Big Mike. This is your KC Northland Real Estate Talk. Once again, find me on Google, find me on Instagram, find me anywhere you can find, type in Big Mike Sells KC. And if you got value from this, feel free to reach out to me. If you're looking to make a move, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to help you and your family make a serious move to my area. I'd love to help you out. But for now, I'm losing my voice. I'm peacing out. So Big Mike is out.